Ramanujacharya came when he escaped from Sri Rangam, being driven away by this king Kolatunga, Chola king. Right? So when he escaped, he was hiding in the jungles, and ultimately through the jungles, and in the jungle, when they were sleeping, he, Dasharathi, and who else was there? Few other disciples, close disciples. Kuresh was, of course, captured by this king. So they were going through the jungle, and they came to a village. Well, no, they came to a place, and they didn't eat for 2 days. For 2 days, they were not eating, and they hardly had rest because they were trying to escape from this king. And finally, they were very exhausted. They took rest under the tree. And when they woke up, all of a sudden, they saw surrounded by some villagers. It was a very low-class village, but they saw a saint, and they brought fruits, and they brought water, and they received him very nicely. So he was very pleased, and he blessed them. You all become Vaishnavas. So all these low-born people, they became very devotional with her. And then he came here, and the king was a giant. What was his name? Little
After that, Harsvardhan.
Yeah, Vishnuvardhan. Whatever.
Yeah.
After conversion, but he was a giant. And he had many giant pandits around him, and he was very, ardent believer in the giant religion. But his daughter was possessed by a ghost. And he tried all kinds of magic, all kinds of spells, and all kinds of tricks, but it didn't work. And he heard that there is a saintly person here, and he decided to try, maybe it will work. Ramanuja came in front of this daughter, and he looked at this daughter. And the ghost, completely fearful, flee away from this daughter. Just by seeing Ramanuja. Ramanuja's presence was so strong. But all the pandits, and the king became very favorably inclined towards Ramanuja. But all the pandits became really worried, giant pandits. So Ramanuja, according to Prabhuji, he said to Dasharathi, you go to this lake, this very lake, and you wash your feet in this lake. And then all the villagers, they will take water, and they will drink water, and they will all become Vaishnavas. Just by drinking water which washed your feet. And then Ramanuja started arguing between him and the chief of the Pandits, Giant Pandit. And he defeated him, and Giant Pandit couldn't say anything. And then they had a council, they consulted, and they decided a trick. They wanted to defeat Ramanuja by all means. So they said, okay, let's have a contest, real. That was just a little warm-up. Now we'll have the real argument. So Ramanuja said, okay, I'm ready. And he stood, and all 1,000 pandits starts asking him questions at the same time. And Ramanuja said, okay, just put one curtain here. They put one curtain. And all of a sudden they heard 1,000 voices coming out from the curtain. Ramanuja Acharya accepted the form of Ananta Shesh. And with the 1,000 heads, he started answering this king. Not king, the king's pandit. And he defeated all of them, and initiated on the spot, without any ISKCON temple recommendation, this king. And the king became Vishnuvardhan?
Yes.
Vishnuvardhan. So, and this whole kingdom became Vaishnava kingdom because Dasharathi washed his feet. And now, Patri, you should wash your feet.
I go to hell, and I am not able to repay. Ramanuja has to come to punish me. In Vrindavan, they have one bhajan. They say, "Hey Prabhu, your name is Patita Pavana, but you still didn't save me. Okay, tell me, what kind of papa I have to do so to become Patita?" Just tell me, anything I can do, any papa. So I can become Patita, and then you can come and save me. Ramanuja also, when his guru was offering him obeisances, so he had 3 gurus, right? Yamunacharya? No, of course.
Had 5 gurus.
5, huh?
5 gurus.
Mahapurna, Sailapurna, Gastipurna, Kanchipurna.
So anyway, I think it's Gostipurna. He was offering him obeisances when he gave him mantra, and he spoke this mantra to everyone. Gostipurna. And then he said, "Oh, you are more great than me." And then he offered obeisance, and I'm going to accept, okay. I said, "What are you doing? Accepting obeisances from Guru?" "Yes." So and then he asked, "Why? If my Guru happy by offering me obeisances, and I can make him happy like this, why I can accept?" If that's the way how he can become happy, just to make him happy, let him do whatever he wants. Vaishnava Kriya Mudra Vijnana Pujai.
Yeah, we are very lucky to be in this place. Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu himself said that there are three things which are very purifying. The water which washes the feet of the Vaishnavas, the dust from the lotus feet, and the remnants of his food. Because the devotion is invested in these things. It's devotion which is purifying. But the devotion, the bhakti shakti is invested into the food, into the food wash, and into the food dust of the Vaishnavas. And
Maharaj, somehow our heart is so hard. Somehow, even by associating with the Vaishnavas, even by hearing so much, still we are not getting even a glimpse of bhakti. What we can do?
yeah, because your heart is so soft, you think it's so hard. Those who have hard heart, they think I'm so soft-hearted. I'm so kind, I'm so nice. Vaishnavas, they always think I'm so hard-hearted and I'm so useless. And therefore they cry and they say, "Please tell me which papa I should commit." Become soft-hearted. Actually, in Kali Yuga, there is only one saving grace: to become so fallen that that then you become completely desperate. This is why Prabhupada came to America. He tried to preach to Indians; it didn't work. But then he came to hippies, and hippies accepted him. Because when you're a little pious, you still have some alternative. When you're very fallen, you really feel that there is no alternative. And then you desperately embrace Krishna consciousness and become very enlivened. So, in one sense, people in the West, they are very fortunate. There is this beautiful story in Vishnu Puran when the sages, they were arguing with each other, which age is the best age. And they were quarreling and quarreling. Somebody said, "This is the best age." Somebody said, "Satya Yuga is by far the best age." Somebody said, no, Treta Yuga is better because Lord Ram is coming in Treta Yuga. And somebody else said, no, Dvapara Yuga is better because Lord Krishna is coming. And they couldn't come in terms. They all have different arguments, and they were quoting Shastras. And they decided to go to Vyasadeva. Patri ashram. And when they came to Vyasadeva, they saw Vyasadeva taking bath. And they sat down on the bank of the river, waiting for Vyasadeva to come out from the river. And Vyasadeva immediately realized what's going on, because he was very, he knew what's going on in the heart. So he was taking deep in the river, and then he came out from the water and started yelling at the top of his lungs, "Hail to Kali Yuga, the best of the ages. This is the best of the ages. Kali Yuga is the best of the ages." And then he again went deep in the water and again said, "No, the best, out of all the people in this world, women are the best. They are much better. And out of all the ages, Kali Yuga is the best." And then somebody else was there. What else? Anyway, all the sages, they were very amazed. And they said, "Well, why did you say that Kali Yuga is the best?" He said, because it's such a fallen age. And simply by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, you can get everything which you can get by hard austerities in other ages. You don't need to do anything. Just chant Hare Krishna, and don't worry about your hard heart, soft heart. It doesn't matter. It's all doesn't have any consequences. We're all equal. In Kali Yuga, all people are very fallen. And therefore the Lord is very merciful. Therefore he sent Srila Prabhupada. And Prabhupada came to the most fallen. He decided not to be in India. He went to hippies in America. I was once in some sadhu mela. It was in 1999, before the millennium. And the sadhus, they were planning strategically. They were invited, there was Hindu delegation invited to the United Nations for the millennium. There were many, many sadhus. There were, Ramanuja, Acharya, Sannyasis, Madhavas, many, many different sadhus. It was in Rishikesh, in Dayananda Saraswati's ashram. And they were strategically planning, how to defeat other religions in this summit, religious summit in the United Nations. And they were speaking, and some were speaking in Sanskrit, some were speaking in this and that. And then there was a break, and there was one elderly, very, dignified-looking sadhu, and he approached to me, and he said, "Did you hear what they said?" I said, "Yes, I heard." He said, "They don't know anything. The greatest sadhu is your Swami Prabhupada, and you are his followers." I said, "Why do you think like this?" He said, "Because all the sadhus, they're here in India, and they cannot do anything. And I know it myself. I have Gurukul, and I have 400 students. I am teaching them Sanskrit. But my own children, they didn't wear dhoti. They wear pants. I can't make them to wear dhoti." Prabhupada went to the West, to the hippies, and made them wear dhoti. How powerful must he be? I couldn't do it. I'm a sadhu. I couldn't influence my own sons to do it. He did it to hippies. So he said, "You don't listen to them. You just listen to Srila Prabhupada." That's a true story. Yeah, because Prabhupada, it's like Dasharathi, he put his feet in this lake, and all the villagers or inhabitants of this place became Vaishnavas. And Prabhupada placed his feet to America land.
In fact, Maharaj, you can tell the story that one I heard, I think you were telling in lecture, that one boy became devotee and his grandfather was a captain of the submarine. And when he read Prabhupada's book, and he said, now I understand who is your guru. What? He said, in 1965, our submarine was on the border of America. And we were about to start nuclear war. And that day, in 13th September of 1965, I cannot forget ever, because that all night I could not sleep. Because that was the decision to make 10, 9, 8, 3, 2, 1, fire. The nuclear war was supposed to start. But that night, next morning, we got the order from Kremlin. Cancel, return, back. The Cold War just was over and we returned back to the Russian borders. And then now I am here. That 13 September 1965, Goswamiji came to America. He stepped by his feet on this land.
Same day.
Same day. And he was a submarine captain. Like general?
Navy.
Navy, yes. Captain. You know,
There is another interesting story about one person. So he was also serving in the navies, and he was in this harbor, Commonwealth Harbor in Boston. Prabhupada first came when he arrived to America. And when this Jaladuta ship was coming, he was on the another ship. And it is a custom when the ship they meet together, they greet each other like persons. And for that they put up the flag of America. So just to greet this ship, he was there and he started putting up the flag, and all of a sudden he saw a strange figure in Jaladuta. Somebody clad in red robes. And he was looking, and Prabhupada was intensely looking at him, and he was looking, and he was, greeting Prabhupada's arrival to America by putting up the flag, not knowingly. And he was looking, and Prabhupada was looking, and, it was something really strange. Something was happening in his heart. 2 years later, he became a devotee. And then he became a sannyasi. And then he came to Prabhupada after receiving sannyas, and he said, Prabhupada, I was the first American person. Oh, actually, he was not putting up the flag. He was pulling it down to greet. So I was the first American person who saw you in America. And I pulled down American flag to your feet to greet you. And that's why I'm here. By the power of this gesture, which I did, I became a devotee. I couldn't forget it. So this is how it works. And who knows?
You also mentioned, Maharaj, that 22nd June, that was something that when Prabhupada entered, Napoleon came also.
No. 22nd of June, Hitler entered Russia. And the Second World War, of course, Second World War started before, but the war between Germany and Russia started on 22nd of June. And Prabhupada arrived to Moscow on 22nd of June at the same day. And Srila Radhanath Maharaj, he said, Napoleon came, he wanted to conquer over Russia, he couldn't. Hitler came, he wanted to conquer Russia, he couldn't. They came with all their troops, and then Srila Prabhupada came alone with two servants, and he conquered over the whole Russia. Because love is much more powerful. Srila Prabhupada came with love. The other people, they came with weapons and they failed. And Prabhupada was without any arms, visible arms, but he had a very powerful arm within his heart. And that's, love is the most powerful thing in this world. If you have love, you can conquer over the whole world. So, and Vaishnavas, their love goes into the feet. And then goes into the foot wash.
They say, Maharaj, like it's a arrangement of Lord that Ramanuja was exiled from Kanchipuram to come to Karnataka to save. So I think it's an arrangement of the Lord.
And for 22 years he stayed in Melukote, right? 22 years, or 20 years.
Some say 13 years. Some say
30. Anyway, for a long time. And his murti is still there, right?
Yes.
Because he wanted to leave, and his disciples in Melukote didn't want him to leave. So he made the murti of himself, and he embraced it. He said, "This is me. I'm still staying here."
It's arrangement of the Lord also. Vaishnavas are coming here, giving.
Yeah, it's a beautiful place.
We also never imagined that we'll come here and we'll have some nice katha here.
Thank you for bringing us here. It's such a beautiful way.
Such a beautiful place.
Yes.
Such a beautiful people.
Such a beautiful Damodar sea.
In one of the recording, Prabhupada said, I heard devotees coming and saying, Srila Prabhupada, you're distributing simply wonderfuls in the airport. Prabhupada said, that's very nice. Because your Krishna is simply wonderful. Because our process is simply wonderful. Because all of you so simply wonderful. Srila Prabhupada, simply wonderful. That's all right, chant Hare Krishna. That's all right, chant Hare Krishna. But in Hindi, Prabhuji said, so nice you all here. In Russia we have this wonderful song. Как здорово, что все мы здесь сегодня собрались. But very nice we came together. But how we can get benefit from this? And in Hindi they have the saying, Karam ka mandala kah kahe, tulasi kah gai sai, sarita jal nadi kup adhikam bunda ke samay. So it's karam ka mandala. We can get as much as our container will allow, container of our karma. Even we can get sarita jal nadi kup, ocean, river, kup means, body of the water may differ, but depends on your container. Adhikam bunda ke samay. You will not be able to get even one drop more than your container allows. So like that, what kind of container we are bringing? Devotees, they are, ocean of mercy actually. An association with devotees cannot be compared with anything. Tulayamala vinapina swargam napunarbhava bhagavat sangha sangasya marthyanam kimutasisa. But how much we can get? What is that criteria? How we can get? No?
How big the container is? How
Laulyam, it's also, secret is there, there's secret. And this is open secret. जिन खोजा 3 पहिया गहरी पानी पेट किच्छु नहीं पाया बैठी किनारे बेट जिन खोजा 3 पहिया we have to dive very deep and somebody who's sitting on the bank nothing he'll get. So true. Some people simply sitting on the back. But we have to be like Sushrushoh Sadadhanasya. I think somebody, our acharyas are commenting, what does it mean, Sushrushoh Sadadhanasya? So Sushrushoh means to hear, not to listen, but to hear. You see?
Sushrushoh means to be eager to hear.
Very here, yes, just Just completely like, like deers, very, very attentive. Savdhan. Not like that. And then not only here, like this, I think it's king, he brought 3 murtis, golden murtis, and said, what's the difference between them, right? Nobody could answer, but he called Birbal, okay, tell. So he put one straw in the ear. One straw just could not go inside. Another one came out, and another one came from here. That's the difference. Some people just cannot hear. Some people can hear Ayaram Gayaram. And some people go in and they can digest it. It's different. There's 3 kind of listeners, Shrota. Shrota, Sota, and Shrota. Shrota means shushu. Sota means Sota. And Shrota means this is the device is cutting the grass, for the cows. Always just ready to. Okay. You complete. I'll prepare already big for this. Cut down your whole lecture to pieces. And one guy came in America. Prabhupada gave very nice lecture. And one guy, Prabhupada said, any questions? Yes. And one guy, yes. You can tell the story, Maharaj. And then, and he was just arguing, Prabhupada was very patient, listening. Yeah. Have you finished? No! Another long time he was just. And Prabhupada just, are you finished? No! And all disciples getting ready. Prabhupada just, everybody sitting just waiting. Prabhupada, no, cool down, let him finish. And he was, long time ago, you finished? Yes, sit down. Any other questions? Zero attention. That's true. We may show ourselves as a super pooper VIP, but unless you become fools in front of the spiritual master. It was one bottle, हम लोग हिंदी में बताते हैं एक bottle था ना, एक ढक्कन. It was one bottleneck. And one day bottle asked bottle, brother, bottle, dai, you're giving water to everyone, but I am your life member. I am the closest member. You never give me one even drop. What is this? And bottle said, see, everybody coming from down and I am putting them. And you sit on my head, how I can give you? So if you want to understand, you have to stand under, stand, not up, stand, under, stand. So that's the secret. Ramanuja Acharya came and he was feeding the Mahaprasadam, the fish, and fish became 400 and burnt. And all disciples, what? We eating every day, you prasadam, barabar ke and nothing happens. And the fishes just took a little bit and they went. Because Shraddhan Masari Bhakti Adhikari. Sometimes familiarity brings contempt. We are taking too familiar. That's a Savdhanamati. On the tips of the fingers, they have to be able to serve devotees. Because this opportunity never knocks twice on the door. Very, very nice to be here, but what mission we will take, what we will do after that. Srila Prabhupada traveled everywhere, he touched many hearts. But some people they could, some people could not. Karma commandment. So we have to beg Padarajo Abhishek Maharaj will bless us with the same spirit of dedication he has to go through all ups and downs, like comet. Has determination, enthusiasm.
I always wish that this can continue forever.
Up to you. It's up to you. For us, it's continuing. Actually, sun is shining for everyone the same. But what option we will take? It depends on us. Because, as they say, Jivan to sukha dukha mela, sabko jana parega ekela. One by one, we have to go out by one. Life is a market of happiness and distresses, but ultimately everybody you have to get your own bill. So like that's what decision we're making, it totally depends on us. And that depends on our association. So this association may help us to make proper decision. And life is very short, like short of the bullet, very short. In Russian we say, жизнь коротка, как удар молотка. Life is very short, like a smash of the hammer. Boom! That's life. Not much time left. I'm telling this for you guys behind. Like Prabhupada said, one time I also was like you, and I thought,
Is it really possible to go back to one life, or is it like we have to take? How is it actually? How is it possible?
Depends what you want. If you want to stay longer, no problem. Krishna doesn't mind. Stay as long as you want. All depends on the desire. If the desire is very strong, Krishna can make any arrangement. What's the problem? But usually people say, no, I'm not ready yet. You know the story about Narada and his disciple who was saying, no, I'm not ready yet. No, I'm not ready yet. And he became a dog, and then he became a parrot, and then he became
A snake.
snake. We can drag, no problem. We have so much business here. It really depends. When Lord Ramachandra was living, he sent his messengers everywhere and said, whoever wants to come with me, come. I'm ready to take everyone. Not many came. They said, nice here, no problem. So when the great devotee comes, all the great devotees, they're the same. They all say, if you follow me strictly, I'll take you. Prabhupada said the same. There was this beautiful story in Los Angeles temple when Prabhupada was speaking, and he became really, you have to become 100% pure to go back home to Godhead. And everyone became really scared, everyone was looking, am I pure? Is everyone pure? And Prabhupada looked at them and he felt these vibrations. Everyone is scared. 100% pure. Prabhupada said, okay, you can become 90% pure and then go back to God. And then still everyone was very tense. Prabhupada said, okay, 80% pure. And then he got up. He walked down from the Yasasana and he started going from the temple. Then he looked down. He said, okay, 70% pure. And then he turned, and still everyone was, looking for what to do. And then Prabhupada turned away and said, as long as you catch the end of my doji, just try to follow me. And Kali Yuga, it's impossible to be pure because the food is impure, the vibrations is impure. Well, living in this internet era, everything is just polluted and contaminated. Water is impure, air is impure, our hearts are naturally impure. So how can we become pure? Just chant and each hold of Patri's doji.
listen what Prabhupada says about this. Would you like to hear?
Yeah.
It's not important.
Personal Brahma, devotees enter directly in Vaikuntha place.
Very, very important.
Mahavesi, Krishna says,
Krishna said, basically,
above them there is the Guru Vrindavan planet.
Prabhupada said that if devotee wants,
They again fall down.
Yes, I understand.
For deliverance and the devote, and side was to kill the devote. That is not it. It is not the business of the Supreme Personality of Godhead to very, I will say, obnoxious by offering all the benediction to the Buddha. Even the dog, cats, they are also. You know the story? The dog wanted to take another flesh from the mouth of another dog. Because Vishwasa, in the devotee or the servant of Krishna says something, even it is wrong, Krishna will.
If devotee of servant of Lord will say something, even it's wrong, Krishna has to fulfill it.
To say something.
Listen.
Even it is wrongly done, still Krishna fulfills because he thinks that my servant has promised, it must be. Therefore, Prahlad Maharaj, in the previous verse, he had said, Vishwasa, in the devotee,
And he says,
and wanted to cheat
if he says,
and his servant.
you'll go back to Godhead, you have to go, Prabhupada said. If devotee says, you have to go back to Godhead, you have to go in one lifetime. That's what Madan Mohan Prabhu was always giving example when he was in Govardhan, and Gopi Paranadhana Prabhu was always once giving class and was thinking, oh no. Prabhupada said that Krishna has, now Krishna has big headache now. Because Prabhupada promised that all this will go back to Godhead. And he left. And now thinking, oh no, what to do now? All this Kali Yuga case in one life? Oh no. And how to do that? But I have to do it. Prabhupada promised. You see? In Kali Yuga, usually you have to take 3. He mentioned, Bhakti Saraswati was mentioning that 3 lifetimes. Namaparada, no, and then Namabhas, and then Shuddhanam, and then you go to the place where Krishna is performing some leelas, and then you just go polish yourself, trained by some devotees, and then go transit, and then from transit maybe, who knows, Brahmaloka, Satyaloka, Tapaloka, or maybe back to God. But in one lifetime, and hopeless case, Kali Yuga case, in one lifetime, katam.com. But Krishna has to do it. That's what Prabhupada said. If devotee says, Krishna has to do it.